students. Today is the second class. In first class we discussed briefly about what is the protected cultivation, secondary culture. So what are the important points? As I told, in low tunnel you have the structure material, how to construct the materials. You have seen that this is the low tunnel. Okay, normally we take the height up to half meter, and like depending upon your crops. But for nursery 50-60 centimeter is sufficient, and normally we take 80 centimeter width. So if you see, as I told you, in the low tunnel we have the structure of the low tunnel, right? So different types of material you can use for constructing the low tunnel, like GI wire, plastic pipe, bamboo. But basically in Jharkhand, as I told, you are promoting the bamboo. Apart from that, I told about the cladding material and which purpose you are growing using the low tunnel. You are going for nursery growing or cultivation, so you have to take care about keeping. You have to take these points in your mind. You can see in this photograph in the bottle gourd in open field. You can see that during winter, cucurbita, this bottle gourd is the cucurbita's crop. So we cultivated here. We are using the drip for irrigation purpose. You can see that when you are using the only drip, you have not got any germination. And in second case, you use the bottle gourd with the plastic mulch, because already, as I told you, plastic mulch is used to enhance the soil temperature. Black plastic mulch you have used. Apart from that, here you can see you have the bottle gourd with the low tunnel, because as I told, you are using plastic material that will increase because due to greenhouse effect, your air temperature will improve, and indirectly that will increase your soil temperature. Apart from that, you can see here you are using the bottle gourd in plastic mulch and low tunnel, both you are using. You can see here you are using plastic mulch, transparent clear plastic film you are using, because already I explained to you, because clear plastic is in clear plastic all the light is going inside, so increase of air soil temperature is better than your black plastic mulch. But as I told, the weed problem is there. Apart from that, you can see this is I have given the different photograph of how you can use though I have given for the bottle gourd, you can use this technology, because this technology is very important. If you want to grow, cultivate the early or off season of all the cucurbita's crop. So normally what farmers are doing, after 15 Feb they are going for cultivation, starting the cultivation. But using the low tunnel technology and plastic mulch, drip, fertigation, we can start your cultivation of any cucurbita's crop 1.5 or minimum 1 month 15 days before. So you will get your crop early, and so certainly your income will improve. For that, I have given general recommendation. You kindly go through this. I think this is the self-explanatory. Apart from that, as I told, because the drip irrigation plays a very important role, you might be knowing what is drip irrigation, but briefly today I will discuss what is the drip irrigation. Normally it is in drip irrigation, the pipe is there, lateral pipe is there, through that you guess the dripper is there, and if the water is released, because all dripper has the different discharge rate. So basically your plants gives the control and slow water at the root zone. Okay, so different, but you can see normally you are doing. If you see in the left side photograph, farmers in conventional we are using the flood irrigation, so a lot of problem is there. There is no control of water, and a lot of problem, wastage of water is there. In right photograph you can see here, this is the drip irrigation system, inline drip lateral is there. Here what is happening, due to dripper we are getting localized water, and in the below photograph you can see this is the gravity system. Basically a different type of system are there for what I feel, because in Jharkhand you can see our field size and topography is different from the other states, so farmers have very small holdings. So here gravity type system you can use. You have seen in your house, you used to put our water tank on the top of the house, and with the help of motor you lift the water on the top, and we get the water in our house. Same system, because you are up to 4 meter height, you put the water tank, and due to that water pressure, gravitational force, we get the desired pressure at the dripper. You can see in drip, they are I feel that maybe in later on I will take the separate class on drip, because it is heart of your, because whenever you are going for your cultivation in the protected structure, you have to use the drip irrigation system, right? Here you can see in drip there are different materials, parts are there, but briefly you can say that we need the water. Okay, so from where you are getting the water? Open source, underground water, that, because based on that your water quality will vary. So water quality plays a very important role. Apart from that, after that, because as I told that you are using dripper to give the water to the crop. So what is happening? You have to use the filter, different kinds of filters you are using. So you can see in this diagram. So here pump is there, okay, and then different kinds of filters are, depending upon your quality of water, you have to select our filter. Apart from that, you have the different types of material is there, that different types of system is there that we will use to give the your fertilizer through this drip water. Apart from that, there are three things are there, different control gadgets are there to maintain the to control the water flow. And apart from that, we have the air release valve, different system are there. So to basically our purpose is that your dripper should get the desired pressure, so that, because dripper has the desired pressure, at that desired pressure it will give the discharge. Suppose for example dripper discharge is 2 liter per hour, so you have to maintain that desired pressure, so that your plant should get the desired water. Okay, so here you have the main pipe, sub-main pipe, lateral pipe, and this is very interesting. So because you have to pass the water through the different parts of your pipe network, you have to maintain the desired pressure at each point, and for that you are using the pump. So we have to calculate how much water pressure required at the, based on that total water pressure required, we can calculate the size of your pump. You can see the different kinds of drip irrigation system is there. This is the surface drip irrigation system. Here we put the lateral on the top, and there is a second is the subsurface drip irrigation. Here what happens? You put the lateral below the soil. Apart from that, there are different kinds of laterals are there, but the important one are online drip. Here what is, you can see your dripper is on the lateral itself. Okay, you can easily open this dripper, but in inline you can see here the dripper is inside your lateral. There you can see based on your types of soil, your water profile will change. You can see the shape of wetted zone depends upon the physical property of soil. In sandy soil, you know very well, because the movement of water will be very fast and that will be vertical. But in light soil, okay, in like the clay, you can see the shape of your water profile. So this is a wet profile of water profile, wet zone of your wetting front. You can see here in this figure. Okay, what are the advantages? There are many advantages are there. Some of them I have listed. Water saving, because you are in last photograph we have discussed that we are giving the localized water, and so a smaller portion of your water volume is there. So a lot of saving is there, because apart from that, due to localized water, there is so you are saving the water. Apart from that, water efficiency is here more. Reduce the water usage, because there is no evaporation loss, no deep percolation, no runoff, because we are giving the localized water. So the water efficiency here is the 45 to 60% compared to surface irrigation method. Apart from that, higher yield, fertilizer saving, weed and disease control. There are so many advantages are there. Kindly go through these advantages. Apart from that, there is some limitation is there certainly, because if I am using any technology, apart from advantage, there is some limitation is there. But still, I will tell you that the government of India is giving a lot of emphasis. What I feel, this is the future technology. In Jharkhand also farmers are using, but if you compare with the Gujarat or southern state, you are not using that much. Okay, so drip, apart from the vegetables, in pulses, in other crops also, in paddy, in wheat, people are testing how to, because as I told, water harvesting is one part, and efficiently utilizing that harvested water for your crop cultivation is also very important. So higher capital cost, because certainly you are using the system, different type, because you are using the different gadget to give the water to your crop. Certainly your initial high capital cost will be high, but as I informed in first lecture, government of India is giving 50% subsidy for drip irrigation system. But in case of Jharkhand, apart from 50% subsidy that is given by government of India, Jharkhand government is also giving 40% subsidy. So here it is golden opportunity for farmers in Jharkhand, okay, because they are getting 90% subsidy. So the contribution from their side is very low. Apart from that, clogging of emitter, as I told, quality of water is very important. Which type of your different type of filter you are using, okay. So clogging of emitter, because emitter is heart of your drip irrigation system. So you have to take care about the clean the system properly. Apart from that, some management and maintenance is required, properly run the your drip irrigation system. As I told earlier also, because the advantage of drip irrigation system is that we can use water soluble fertilizer. Water soluble, those fertilizer that is easily soluble in water. So what is fertigation? Whenever you are using water soluble fertilizer through drip system, that is fertigation. It is a field technique which precisely delivers the plant nutrients via irrigation system in the crop root zone. As I told, because in water also drip irrigation you are giving the water in the root zone. So here, apart from through that water you are giving the water soluble fertilizer, so your fertilizer is also in localized, okay. So if you compare with the conventional method, you can see what you are using. In conventional method, you can see conventional pre-plant fertilizer application, your plants gets large dose, because today we will give the fertilizer after 20 days. So there is no control, okay. And apart from that, a lot of losses occur. But here what happens, in case of drip, water scheduling is important. What is water scheduling? Amount of water at what time. In fertigation also you have to take care about the you have to think about the fertilizer scheduling. So what is doing here? Fertilizers are applied according to the need of nutrients following the uptake rate. Means based on uptake rate of your crop, you will give your fertilizer at any time. You can see here, if you are going for NPK, it is very clear. You can see in case of nitrogen, in soil application, the conventional way farmers are using, your fertilizer use efficiency 30 to 50%, but same fertilizer we are going for, nitrogen fertilizer we are giving through fertigation, your fertilizer use efficiency is up to 95%. Same is the case for phosphorus, potash. As I told that here different systems are there. Here you are using Venturi to give the fertilizer. This is the Venturi system. Through that the fertilizer is sucked and that will go through your drip system. There are different devices are there. Through that we can give the water soluble fertilizer through the drip system. Venturi, fertilizer tank, fertigation pump, but the Venturi is a very simple one. Normally farmers are using the Venturi system. Each one has some advantage and disadvantage, but the Venturi, you can see here, the Venturi has the very low cost, so anyone can, if he is starting, he can start with the Venturi. So, but whenever you are going for the fertigation, you have to keep in your mind different points. Some of the points I have listed. Where you are going for fertigation means you are going for crop in open field. In open field also you are giving the irrigation, you are giving drip irrigation or drip irrigation with the mulching, because if you are using the mulching, your soil microclimate will be different, so your crop growth will be different, so fertilizer requirement is also different. So or you are going for in protected structure, you are going for cultivation in the greenhouse, shade net, insect net. So depending upon microclimate, because if you are giving the suitable microclimate, plant growth will be different, plant growth will be very good, and so plant growth will be more in comparison to open field, so fertilizer requirement is also there. Apart from that, what is the recommended dose? It is very challenging, because normally if you see the fertilizer dose till now, if you will get normally in India, that is conventional fertilizer dose for conventional cultivation. Nowadays people in different parts of university and private company also, they are giving the different fertilizer dose required, but that will change, because depending upon your location, the fertilizer recommended depending upon your type of soil. So you have to keep these points in your mind. Apart from that, fertilizer, what is fertilizer use efficiency? Because already I explained, because fertilizer use efficiency is more, so amount of fertilizer required in this case will be based on your fertilizer requirement, your fertilizer dose requirement will be less. Apart from that, here the fertilizer recovery rate curve is important, as I told, because what is fertilizer recovery rate curve? At x-axis we can give the time, and y-axis we can give the at what rate your crop is. Suppose in Kake, you are going for cultivation of tomato. So how in this microclimate, in this soil condition, your crop is taking N, P or K with the time. So based on your crop uptake, fertilizer uptake of your crop, and based on your growing condition also, because your fertilizer recovery rate curve will be different in each microclimate. So you have to keep this point, these things in mind. Normally, apart from that also, means if you are going for fertigation, which fertilizer you are using, means which fertilizer is given as a basal dose, which as a fertigation, means suppose that we are talking about the NPK. So in case of NPK, which fertilizer, means all the N, P or K, all you are giving through fertigation, or only N giving through fertigation, P, K through basal dose. Based on that, we are conducting a experiment here. So based on different treatments. Okay. So normally what you are suggesting that you go for phosphorus as a basal dose or NK as a fertigation, because that will reduce your cost. And apart from that, as I told, there are so many moving parts. It is very interesting area, and people around the world working on the fertigation, different kinds of fertilizer source. There are so many things are there. Next topic is mulching. You might be knowing what is mulching, but basically what is mulching? Mulching is the agricultural cropping technique that involves placing organic or synthetic material. But basically here, in our case, we are discussing about the plastic mulch. Placing organic or synthetic materials on the soil around the plant to provide the favorable environment, right? Favorable environment, like already I explained earlier, that favorable microclimate, right? So basically it is you are providing one layer between soil and air, right? So, and you can see that the mulching plays a very important role. How? Because it affects your soil temperature. Depending upon types of mulch, which type of mulch you are using, it will affect the soil temperature. And soil temperature plays a very important role in crop cultivation. You can see the soil temperature had direct dramatic effect on your water nutrient absorption by roots. Because in winter, suppose that your temperature goes up to 2 degree, 5 degree, but the desired temperature is not less than 10. So in that case, your water and nutrient absorption by roots will be affected. So that will affect your overall plant growth. Apart from that, it will affect your microbial growth and development, organic matter decay, so many things, root development. So what I am saying that in mulching, because mulch affects so many things depending on the types of mulch you are using, but the soil temperature is very important. I will suggest you that I have uploaded one video on selection of plastic mulch for vegetable cultivation. So I will suggest you that kindly go through that video. You will get a little bit of information. Okay. So how it is working? This is very simple. Basically, plastic mulch is, whenever the light is coming on the mulch, it reflect, absorb and transmit the incoming sunlight, and the extent of which depends upon the types of mulch, thickness of mulch, which type of color, what is color of mulch. So whenever it is in 10th standards, we have learned that whenever light is coming at any surface, 3 things happens: it reflect, absorb or transmit. So okay, and what will happen? Basically what you want in mulching, in plastic mulching, it should maximize the transmission of soil warming portion, because portion of the sunlight means you are willing, suppose that we are using the mulch in winter. So what we are expecting, that the mulch should increase the soil temperature and it should reduce the weed. So it should minimize the amount of visible light, photoactive radiation part, so that it will reduce your weed growth also. So depending upon your mulch color, it will affect below the soil temperature profile and above the air temperature. Okay. So normally people are using the mulch, but I want to give the emphasis on the primary effect. Basically you are using the mulch, the primary reason is soil and air warming, means to change the soil and air temperature, right? Okay. Apart from that, there are so many secondary effects are there. Okay, means that there are different advantages. So as I told, air and soil temperature is very important. That is primary effect. But in secondary, you can see, because due to conducive soil temperature and moisture conservation, your yield, overall yield will be higher, because you are conserving the moisture. It will control, depending on types of mulch, it will control the weed. It will also reduce the fertilizer leaching, because excess water runoff the impervious mulch, because in rainy season, because you are using the mulch, so excess water moves through the mulch top surface and go through your channel. So that will reduce the leaching loss of especially the nitrogenous fertilizer. Apart from that, other secondary effects are there. Normally what is happening, farmers are using single mulch for growing 3 crops in Jharkhand, throughout India also. But the problem is that the soil temperature requirement in winter is different, in summer it is different. So normally in winter you require black mulch, okay, because that will work as a black body. But in summer you require white black combination, means on top white or silver mulch. But what is happening, because you are taking single mulch throughout the year, so normally farmers, what are they doing, they are using silver black mulch, okay. That is not effective. If you compare the black mulch or silver black mulch in winter, black mulch is better, but because you are doing the trade-off, because you are using the single mulch for your round the year crop growing. So same mulch you are using for winter, because in winter certainly some soil, it will increase the soil temperature, but in summer, as I told, because you are using the silver, because you reflect the light, it will reduce the soil temperature, okay. Because in summer you have to reduce the soil temperature. In rainy season it has been found that the silver mulch is okay. So different advantages are there, but apart from the advantages, there are different challenges are there. Some disadvantages are there. One is the removal and disposal, because whenever you are using mulch, at the end of cropping cycle you have to remove. But for that also a lot of people, the photodegradable and biodegradable mulch is there available in the market, but the problem is the cost, okay. And as I told in the first lecture, the secondary agriculture, so you have a lot of biomass, okay. Whenever we are taking a culture crop, a lot of biomass we are getting after harvesting the crops. So like the paddy husk and wheat husk and banana plant. So from the agricultural raw material that is go for wastage, people are trying to use the you can say to manufacture the photo and biodegradable mulch. And in Birsa Agricultural University also we have worked on the photodegradable mulch, but as I told, its cost is very high. Normally farmers are not using, apart from because you have to remove and dispose the mulch, like what people are doing, burning, burial, dumping, but that is not allowed. That is not good for your soil health, that is not good for your environment. So apart from that, people are removing and recycling, or sometime you are getting energy, because if you burn that, because a lot of energy is inside your plastic material. Apart from that, some initial high cost is there, because you have to use your cost will go in mulch laying machine, because if your plot is very big, so you have to require the mulch laying machine. Apart from that, it is the transplant. Suppose you are going for vegetable cultivation, so you need vegetable transplanter. So in case of mulch also, as I told you, that we have to think that in which season you are going for cropping. Means the winter, summer, as I told, because depending upon your crop season, your selection of mulch will be different. Apart from that, water scheduling, because in case of mulch, your water scheduling will, because in case of, if you are using only drip, so water scheduling will be different. But if you are going for mulch, because evaporation loss is there, crop growth is different, so water scheduling and fertilizer scheduling will be different than the open field cultivation under drip irrigation system. Apart from that, normally whenever you go for using mulching, normally we suggest that without drip you cannot go for mulching. But we have tested in Kharif season for okra. There is one video you can see on YouTube. I have given the okra cultivation under plastic mulch at the Birsa Agricultural University at our research plot. So normally because in Kharif, in rainy season, weed growth is major problem. So and a lot of moisture is there, okay, because you are getting the rainwater. So in rainwater, if anyone is willing to go for mulching, so without drip they can go. But what is the problem is that you can take only one crop, okay. You can see the different crops. Okra crop, as I told you, this is okra crop, cauliflower, tomato under plastic mulch. Okay, in last I will suggest that, though briefly I have discussed there is a today topic. If you have any question, as I told in last class, you can mail me, or as I told you, after 2-3 classes we will discuss on Google Meet, okay. I will arrange one meet. In last I will suggest that you can call me, but that is not less preferred. I will suggest you that kindly go through some of the video that is related to this course, okay, not this course, because I will try to, I would like to inform you that this is the heart of agriculture, because in coming time, plastic culture technology is going to change the agriculture system. And what is happening, a lot of so many educated people entrepreneurs are coming in the agriculture field. So in last, I will suggest, thank you for your patience, and you know that the COVID problem is going on, okay, Corona problem is going on, so take care for yourself and be happy and utilize your time. Don't worry, and thank you for your patience.